What's up, Carolina Knights fans? It's now the free agency period, and I have team options on all of these players. I wanted to check KCP's morale to see if he was wanting to be here because I feel like he's a valuable asset, and he does, so I accept it. With Kenrich Williams, he says he's restless with the current situation right now. He's not that happy, but I accept it. He's a good young player who could be an asset. Mo Wagner is irritated with things at the moment, but I'm going to accept his team option. Hopefully I can prove to him that we can be better in the next season. Dante Exum I'll accept just as an asset, somebody I could possibly use for a trade in the future. And my boy Juan Hernan Gomez is hurt at the moment, but I'm accepting his option. James Harden declines his option, so does Kyrie. Bradley Beal accepts his, no, he actually declines, I'm sorry, that's Zion. Zion, Russ, Ja Morant, Lonzo Ball, RJ Barrett, actually that's LaMelo Ball, I'm sorry, RJ Barrett, John Wall, Darius Garland, Tyrese Halliburton. A whole bunch of people are accepting their options. Bobby Portis is the highest out of the latest overall players who didn't accept his option. We're going to extend the qualifying offer to Kevin Knox. Hopefully he'll come back. He definitely hasn't lived up to expectations, but I would love to just have him in a reserve role if it's ever necessary to put him on the court. I wish he would progress because he's never lived up to any of the potential that he had in the beginning. Scrolling through free agents, a lot of these guys wouldn't even consider coming here in the state that we're in currently unless I overpaid them. And from who I see at the current moment, I don't feel like any of them are fitting my timeline or my team to play the role that I would like. This is a long-term thing. Even though we do need to start winning soon, I do want to bring in individuals who can bring longevity and have potential that I can possibly tap into. So none of these guys are really players that I'm thinking about extending an offer to at the moment, but I do want to see where some of these guys end up signing. Taking a look at our actual roster, guys, Laurie is our best player, followed by Buddy Hield, 1 point difference. Jordan McLaughlin is the best point guard on the team at the moment. We got him in that trade that helped us acquire the 16th pick, which we used for Patrick Baldwin. So we got Buddy Hield, Luke Kennard, KCP. Mojave King is listed as a shooting guard as well, even though I could see him playing a little bit of the three. We got a lot of shooting guards and a lot of small forwards, in my opinion. Torrey Craig, Kenrich Williams, Patrick Baldwin Jr., and Juan Hernan Gomez. Patrick's going to have to work for his minutes. Lauri Markkanen, Kevin Love, Mo Wagner, Damian Collins, and Lamar Stevens are the power forwards. I can definitely see us trading Lamar. And we only have Willie as a center. So Damian, like I told you guys, even though he's only 6'9", the way he plays defense and the way he rebounds the ball, I want to play him alongside Lauri in our starting lineup at center. So I'm going to play Damian at center alongside Lauri. Both of them, apparently, like they say, he has the ability to stretch the floor a little bit. So I can't wait to see Damian actually do it. Hopefully we'll see a little bit of that in the summer league. Because his overall was actually the same, so I'm going to just leave him at center. I thought it changed it and dropped it, but he's a 74-year regardless. But with Damian, I would love to see him and Lauri on the floor together because he's a way better defender than Lauri is. And because of the three-point shot that they're saying that he possesses on plays where Lauri's down there in the post, he can get out the way and vice versa. So I can't wait to see how these two are able to feed off of each other in the post as well as on the outside during the actual season. I'll start him and then let Willie come off the bench because he's got like rim protector pogo sticks, so he's a much better defender and he's a good rebounder, but Willie is a really good rebounder. Patrick Baldwin has difficult shots badge. I'm really wanting to see if this kid can create his own shot at this level. That is what I'm most interested in seeing. He has a decent three. It seems like his three went up a little bit, but maybe I just don't remember that correctly. But yeah, he has a decent three. Mojave would definitely be like our defensive stopper who can also hit some threes. His three is on the same level as Patrick Baldwin at the moment. So maybe early in the season these guys won't get as many minutes just because I'm trying to squeeze out as many wins as possible early in the season. But they're definitely going to get a good amount of playing time, guys. We're all about progression on this team. We may not make the playoffs this year, but next year we don't have a choice but to make the playoffs. I'm over here stuttering about it. So that's how nervous I am about this team. I'm trying to sign realistic players who may give us a chance of signing here. Going through point guards, that's definitely a position that we need. I thought about Michael Carter-Williams. He's tall, he can pass the ball, but his scoring ability is so limited. And he is a good defender, but he's not like a great defender. So I think we're actually going to talk to Chris Dunn, who is still a pretty young player. For the most part, everybody just looks at him like he's a defender. He's not really the best offensive point guard, but I feel like with Buddy, Laurie, and the players that we have that can score the ball, like Luke Kennard, if he just goes in, is the floor general, and defends the other team's best perimeter player, he's a good enough addition to this team at the moment. So I'm going to extend an offer over to Chris Dunn. He'll probably mull it over. I'm going to ask him his opinion on some of the stuff with the team. And Chris is saying that it depends on how adaptable our coaches are. Now, our coaches are definitely not going to be adapting to you, Chris, honestly. We'll put you in the best position possible, but we're not going to be changing up our whole team to make sure we fit you. You're a role player at this point in your career at best, and we're bringing you in to be a starter. I don't have any questions about his fit as long as he comes in, gives the ball to Laurie and Buddy, scores when he possibly can, and plays defense. He wants $8 million, a little over $8.5 million every season for 2 years. Not giving him that much. I'll do maybe like $750, and I'll put a team option in there. I don't think he'll really get a better offer than this, but if he does, I mean, unfortunately, we'll just have to go with another point guard, but we'll see if he's willing to take it. He says he'll mull it over with his agent. His morale did go up, guys, so we'll see if we're able to get him. We did get another skill point added to our GM, and I have not been using those, so at some point we'll go through and look at the skills and upgrade our skill tree, I guess, add on to our players. Looking through the other point guards, because that's a position that we do need. We ran into Mr. Undrafted himself, Tally Butler. I'm surprised my foreign scout didn't call me and tell me that I need to be signing him right away and talking to him. So we'll ask him about his opinion on some of the things of the team that's going on with the team and see what he thinks about it. I asked him about his potential role, so let's see what he says. With the way the roster is set up, I think I had the perfect role here. So he thinks he fits, and I think he'll fit in the future. I don't know about now because of his overall. How do you think your play style fits? I don't see that being an issue. He says his skills fit our team. What do you think about the state of the roster, where it stands now? He says he doesn't like where the team is in terms of winning at the moment, but that's not a deal breaker for him. So I'm asking him about how he feels about our facilities and stuff like that. From what I get, y'all have first-rate facilities, so he thinks that the facilities and the staff and things like that are up to par. So I'm asking him about team style. I'm just so interested in finding out what he thinks about the team. He says that's one of the reasons why he took this meeting. So he likes the style of the team currently, so as well as the coaching staff, he said. So as far as team history, he said he doesn't care about that, so we're going to begin a negotiation. Hopefully we'll be able to sign him to the team. He wants a 1-year, $2.3 million deal. Like I said right now, anybody that I sign, I'm trying to sign them to at least 2-year deals with an option. That way I have the option to bring them back on for another year. Him and Chris Dunn are guys who are trying to solidify themselves in this league. So with that being said, they should both agree to the contracts that I'm offering both of them. So let's see if he agrees. He says he feels pretty good about the deal, so him and his agent are going to talk about it. Hopefully they agree, guys, and we get 2 point guards. Alright guys, so we're going to accept both of them. They both agreed. And it's saying we're over the salary cap, so we can afford to sign Tally, who also I'm noticing now, guys, he was a 67 during the draft. It said Now he's a 69, so it looks like he went up 2 overall points. We're going to trade Dante Exum to the Orlando Magic for a 2025 first-round draft pick. That is an asset that we can use later while also freeing up some cap space. So now it looks like we're able to sign him. We're going to keep our cap hold on Jahlil Okafor, renounce Isaiah Thomas's rights. We're going to let him walk. So, guys, not only did we not have the cap to end up signing Tally, I went into free agency after that and was looking for him because I was going to offer him just the minimum to see if he would be willing to take it. And he is nowhere to be found. I went through point guards. I did it by alphabetical order. I did it by position. Can't find this guy anywhere, and he's not on our roster. So somebody else must have signed him, which is not good. I just have a lot invested into this player because I feel like he does have high potential, and like I said, even during this period, he's actually going up by 2 overall points. So I'm going to trade Luke. Luke is on a humongous contract. I'm going to try to find a good player that I can get with the lowest salary. And guys, this trade is not just about trying to get Tally on the team, even though I do think he has high potential. It's about having cap flexibility to sign anybody that we may need during the offseason. I thought about doing a trade with the Pistons for Hamidou Diallo, but the thing about that situation is he still has a pretty good contract. I ended up doing something that I thought I would never do, and that is trading Luke for Vernon Carey to the Hornets in a pick. As you can see, I tried to avoid doing it, but his contract is super low. We do need a backup center, and this is the trade that I ended up making. So, had to say bye to Luke, and we got Vernon now. Now, guys, we're going to actually look at who signed so far during free agency. Harden stays, Kyrie stays, Bradley Beal stays, DeAndre Ayton stays, Michael Porter Jr. stays, Jaren Jackson stays, Jonas Valanciunas stays, Colin Sexton stays, TJ Warren, Mikal Bridges stays, Joe Ingles stays. So many guys are staying. Actually, Chris Boucher, that's the first player who's changed teams. He's going to the Grizzlies. Wendell Carter goes to the Pistons. Mitchell Robinson goes to the Spurs. Kyle Anderson goes to our rival, the Sonics, as well as Thomas Bryant. And Thaddeus Young goes to the Thunder. Yusuf Nurkic stays with the Blazers. Not too many players are actually moving, guys. Not too many of the big name players. Malik Monk goes to the Kings, so he leaves the Lakers. Hassan Whiteside goes to the Cavaliers. Marvin Bagley surprisingly stayed with the Kings. Jeremy Lamb decided to go to the Rockets. Malik going to the Kings is actually funny because now he'll be alongside his college teammate De'Aaron Fox, and they did really well in college together. I like those two together in college. Nick Batum switches sides and goes to the Lakers as opposed to staying with the Clippers. And now to wrap our free agency up, guys, we're going for him still. We are looking and seeking out Tally Butler, who is on nobody's team. I thought about just trading for him if I had to. He shouldn't have taken much, but he's still a free agent, able to be signed. And so I went into this like, I'm going to just offer him. It still won't let me offer him too much more than the minimum. So I offered him what I could, and he didn't accept it. So, unfortunately, guys, if a guy still won't take barely over the minimum, we can't offer him too much more, I'm going to have to make one more trade, and it's actually going to be a big trade this time, guys. I decided to trade Kevin Love for 2 first-round picks from the Knicks, 2023 and 2024. And a couple days later, guys, we have our Summer League roster put together. And as you can see, we were able to get Tally Butler, whose overall is up 1 now that I signed him. But very disappointingly, he has lost quite a few badges. He's down to 11 badges, which is half of what he had before. Scrolling through his attributes, his potential was still high, but he's going up in overall but lost badges. I don't quite understand that on 2K's part, but it is what it is, guys. We got him on the team. He definitely is going to have to reach his potential now because of the fact that I've traded so many players and done so many things just to get him on that small contract, along with just creating cap space in general, guys. But if you guys have not already seen the My Career trailer that was put out on yesterday. This video was supposed to come out first, but things got mixed up. I put that out first. You already know that Tally is the player that our My Career will be revolving around. So you'll see his story as well as the GM story, Dusty McGuire, who you've already been following, guys. Checking out his badges. He's got quite a few badges still, even though he's lost some. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. The two series will be intertwining once again. Check out the trailer if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. And in the next video, you'll be getting Summer League action. Let's go.